Hey, welcome back to the video. Today, we are going to be watching House of the Dragon, creating the Targaryen Ship. It's kind of behind the scenes of House of the Dragon. Let's watch it, and then we'll give some, insight on the show.
It's more of their Blackwater pleasure yacht sailing vessel. It's not something that they would probably take out in the open sea, but they spend a lot of time
I don't like the word pleasure yacht.
Pleasure yacht?
sailing the Blackwater because they go to Driftmark and Dragonstone, the two popular houses, so they need this fast ship that can kind of go back and forth between. But it was exciting, to build that. I think there is a lot of naval presence in this series. But it was a neat set to build, and it's one of those things where you hear they're building a ship on the backlot, and then you actually go and see it, and oh, they actually built a ship on the backlot.
The flagship was a lot of fun. I think Claire had a lot of fun shooting that. It's the weirdest thing to be involved in designing all these different sets.
This was a lovely opportunity because on Game of Thrones we're always using kind of like the same ship for various different things through a lot of the seasons. So this was a chance to sort of come up with a different ship design. It needed to look quite grand and royal, but it's not like a massive ship. It's just something they use for touring.
So only the bit that people had to actually stand on was built. Everything else is going to be us. So it's probably only a third of the actual size of the real ship.
The set was beautiful. VFX was really prepared for the extensions, or what kind of shots do we want to do and what was the best way to achieve them.
Ready, and action.
We shot on the Targaryen flagship. We storyboarded it to quite a high degree. We sort of worked out every single shot, what that would be. And then we pretty much built 360-degree blue screen around it. We worked out that we wanted to give a slight movement with the camera. We found just the right sort of degree to get the sense of the boat moving and wind. And we had this incredible special effects of this water just being thrown over the side. So, it's just a feat of coordination more than anything.
So one of the dragons swoops the boat and tilts it over, so everyone on the ship had to do a bit of a Star Trek back and forth.
Take cover!
Very cool. Gosh, every time
HBO be doing it different.
Every time they show something, I'm like, you can clearly see that there's VFX going on, there's CGI going on, but they're mixing it with that, with the real sets and the real props
practical.
and everything. And when you do something like this, when you build a real ship and you have real lighting and real characters in the scenes, it gives you a really great reference. Gives the people who are designing the CG elements great reference for how they are doing lighting, how they're doing the way the water looks, and the way that the people need to look in the scene if they're playing with that a little bit. But because it's all there and because it's all real, it helps them quite a bit.
Something that I kind of liked about the ship, I know they were doing like them traveling as a further some storylines with I just lost her name, Rhaenyra and Sir Kristen Cole, yeah. So they kind of had their conversation in there, but it felt good because we don't get a lot of traveling in Game of Thrones. It's like, oh, it jumped 2 months, and it's like, well, they were traveling during that time. We didn't want to show it. But.
So in the last season, season 7, season 8 of Game of Thrones, they did a lot of fast travel,
very much that way.
But I'm much more inclined to be forgiving to something that they're like, well, 2 months has passed, but they were traveling during that time, and we know you didn't want to just see that. I like to know that time has passed and things have been happening while the traveling was going on, even if they're gonna skip it. And showing the traveling is good as well. So
I feel like House of the Dragon has been solid so far, practically, visually. Dialogue, script, show. So far, it's different than Game of Thrones, but it's been solid. Everything's cool, and I'm happy with how they're doing it. It looks, to be honest, it looks way better than Rings of Power.
Rings of Power, yeah.
Rings of Power just looks animated to me.
Yeah, yeah. There's difference in color grading as well that I think is making this a little bit better, but it's also having the ship.
Yeah.
Building the ship, building the Colosseum, being in castles. You know, they go to castles, they're inside castles and keeps. That's awesome.
It's too bad they didn't have the volume to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have been cool to surround a ship with the volume.
A little bit, if you were to do, I think probably the best production would be a little bit of volume, a little bit of blue and green screen, practical sets, and just when you mix all of that, and then real on location filming.
Yeah.
When you mix all that together, I think you'd get just a perfect product.
Yeah.
But that's the creating the Targaryen ship. We thank you guys for watching. Tell us what you think about this. Tell us what you think about House of the Dragon down in the comments below. What are your theories? What do you think's going to happen? What do you think we're going to get to see?
Yeah.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon.
Yeah, and be looking out for the next week's episode of House of the Dragon reaction trailer.
We'll see you next time.